Hey, what's up guys? Alex here with a new video. And I thought it'd be cool to do a what's in my wedding bag type video. So I actually just got back from a wedding yesterday. And if you've been following the channel, I'm actually leaving the wedding industry. So yesterday's wedding is my last, or was my last, 8-hour wedding I have scheduled. I think I have 2 more elopements and 2 more 6-hour weddings scheduled before I am retired from the wedding industry, or so I think I am. I wanted to do a kind of what's in my bag video. So let's go ahead and dive into my bag and see what I used for yesterday's wedding. At the end of the video, I will also put some images up, and of course, I'll try to just pick some. I shot so many photos, actually overshot yesterday. We can talk about it here in a second, but at the end of the video, I'll put a little slideshow kind of showing you some of the images with the gear that I use and recap it that way. So hopefully you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get into the backpack. Okay guys, so I have everything here in the bag. The only thing I don't have is what I'm recording with. So I'm recording with a Canon EOS R5, the Canon EF to RF adapter with the Canon EF 28mm 1.8. So with that being said, everything else is in the bag. We can start off here in the top actually. So this top component here is where I kind of bring my extra Canon charger. I've never ran out of batteries at a wedding, but I just have this anxiety for some reason. So I packed 1, 2, 3 extra batteries. 2 are official. 1 is a Best Buy battery that I never use. I just packed just in case. I also, oh, I lied, I have way more. An extra Canon batteries, a total of 4 batteries. Again, I never run through all of them. I also packed the chargers for my flashes. I just have anxiety that I'm gonna run out of juice and we'll be kind of stranded without gear. So I overpack in this department. Definitely don't need to do all that, but you know, it's whatever. I have 2 Zeiss lens wipes. I use these to clean my lenses, and I have these all over the bag. So you're gonna kind of just see them everywhere. And I have an extra roll of Kodak Portra 400. We'll get to that in a second. So that's what I carry here in the front compartment. This is just a USB to SD card adapter that I have in the bag because it's just there for some reason. I'll throw that back in there. And let's go ahead and open it up. So this is an Amazon Basics roller bag. This bag is awesome. It has wheels. I get to roll it around everywhere, and it carries all my gear. So absolutely love this bag. But getting into the camera bag. So we'll start from the top. I use a Peak Design straps. So as you can see here, I have a blue and a black one. My wife uses the blue one. I use the black one. This is kind of what we use for our cameras. Even though throughout the wedding day, I kind of just carry the camera. I don't necessarily use a strap, but this is what we kind of take. From the top, we have 2 Flashpoint R2 flashes. We use these strictly during the reception, dancing shots. For this wedding, we actually used it as the bride was getting ready because the room was pretty dark. We shot at the Holiday Inn, and the photos came out great. And as you can see, I use these flashes so much. I've had these for almost 2 years. I use them so much that I still have the sticker on them, and they still look brand freaking new. These are great. Throughout the reception, I never miss a shot. Like, these have kind of their own rechargeable battery, and like, let me tell you, these are just, they're amazing. They never run out of juice. Yeah. Throughout, I think the most I've ever gotten to is like 50% battery, but I can technically use these flashes for 2 or 3 weddings before running out of battery. Absolutely love these. I'll kind of cover what I do own and don't own. So far everything I've covered, I own 100%. Here I have the second Canon R5 body, which I rented for this wedding. So the one I'm shooting with right now is my camera. I rented a second body, as you can see from the QR code here, from Lens Rentals. And this is the camera my wife used. What's great about Canon's latest update as well is I can save my settings to my camera and then import them to any other camera. So setting this camera from the rental department, setting it up is like a breeze. I just load my settings and it's good to go. I also took the Canon EOS 3 cameras. This is a film camera. And for all you Canon fanboys, the Canon EOS R3 coming out later this year is rumored to have eye control. And this is the first Canon camera to have eye control, where you can control the focusing points with your eye. It doesn't really work, but you know, it's cool technology to say the least. And I do own this camera. It has Kodak Portra 400, and I'm trying to incorporate film more in my weddings. Along to go with that camera, I have the Canon 50 1.8, the Nifty 50, the Plastic Fantastic, and this is just strictly used on the Canon EOS 3 film camera. Here I have the Canon 35mm 1.8. This lens is a staple. Usually it lives in my wife's camera and it always performs. Absolutely love this little lens. I also do own this lens, so yeah, let's see what else we packed. So for this wedding, I rented the RF85 1.2 because I knew we needed a telephoto lens for the ceremony. I don't like zoom lenses, if I'm honest, and like primes is where I'm more comfortable. And the look of the 85, I used to own this lens. This lens is just absolutely gorgeous. I used this lens more than I thought this wedding. It got some dreamy photos, and yeah, this lens is absolutely a banger. And as I continue building up my kit again, I will absolutely rebuy this lens because it is amazing. But let's go ahead and put it to the side. All right, so this is my do-it-all lens, my bread and butter, my ride or die desert island lens, the Canon RF 51.2. I use this lens about 90% of the time. It is my favorite lens, period. And I would never, ever sell this lens. Yeah, enough to say about it. Absolutely love this lens. And last but not least, for this wedding, I took the Leica Q2. So I own this camera, and I figured I'd take it just for some kind of candid shots, nothing really specific. I ended up using it a little bit for the ceremony. Got some cool church shots, and yeah, I didn't use it too much because I didn't kind of want to just get distracted with a different system, but I took it for this wedding. It's my personal camera. I absolutely love the Q2, and great little camera. And then I got this blower. So this is super important to make sure your lenses are clean, your gear is clean, and $5, highly recommend it. But let me switch lenses real quick and show you what else I brought. Okay, so I'm now filming with the 35 1.8 RF, and this is the last piece of the kit. This is the Canon EF 28 1.8. I was using this to film in the beginning of the video, and I used this lens for the entire reception for the dancing shots. I actually just picked this lens up a few months ago on Craigslist for like $200, and it's in great condition. I picked it up originally to use it with my Canon EOS 3, and it also doubled as my reception lens for my last few weddings. Before this lens, I would use the 15 to 35 RF, but again, I sold that lens, so this was definitely wide enough and plenty for the reception this wedding. And that is my kit. Nothing crazy, very simple. Again, for this wedding, I just ended up renting a second R5 and the 85. Definitely, guys, you don't need to own gear. Like renting this gear, I think all in all, probably, I'll put the price up, I think it was around $200. So not a huge blow to the profits. And I don't have to own, I mean, combined, you're looking at almost $7,000 here. Definitely recommend renting gear, testing out gear. That way you don't have to just pour all your money into it. And in the end, definitely got the results I wanted. So I'll end this video by playing a little slideshow, some of the images I made with this kit. And actually before I do that, I wanna talk about one more thing. So these flashes have a modeling light. They have an LED modeling light. And that feature is absolutely killer. So for this wedding, they weren't allowed to have sparklers, so they had balloons with LED lights. Super cool, but not bright enough to light the subjects. And I didn't want to kill the ambiance with flash. So what I did was I just turned on the LED light on this flash here, had my wife point it at the couple, and was able to kind of shoot it and still keep the ambiance and not overpower them with a light. Absolutely killer feature. And yeah, I mean, highly recommend these flashes. So I'll finish the video there, guys. I'll play a little slideshow so you can see some of the images I shot. As always, please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or feel free to hit me up on Instagram. Hopefully you like this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Peace.